Welcome back to Tuesday TV, your global news channel. I'm Maya Tuesday, and we have some breaking news coming from Kentucky as a UPS cargo flight has crashed shortly following the takeoff, the failed takeoff. Unfortunately, a number of buildings nearby have now been destroyed. We are going to give you guys the live footage and also some of the videos that we're receiving. So absolutely an emergency, as the governor is now on his way to the area. We're going to give you guys the latest update. We're going to get your reaction. Don't forget, in about 2 hours time, which will be 9 p.m. Eastern time or 2 a.m. UK time, we will also be coming back live with the full coverage of the New York City mayoral election. We've also scheduled the live stream for that as well, which we can see. Let's talk about what's going on here. The first video that we have received, and I'm going to give you guys all the details about it. So this is the UPS cargo flight 2976. Crashed shortly after takeoff from Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport in Kentucky around 5:15 p.m. Eastern time, and destination was Honolulu, and the plane ignited a massive fire, obviously. And one of the issues is this was actually near the UPS Worldport hub. We're still, obviously, the authorities are still trying to, for now, contain the situation first, while, of course, they prepare for the investigation to begin about this incident. Now, this area around the Muhammad Ali International Airport is, for those who are familiar, is an incredibly industrial area. This was towards the south part of the runway, by the way. 5-mile shelter, it has now been ordered to be in place for those who are injured and for those whose activities have now been disrupted. All operations at the airport have now also been halted. We have to wait and see what the leadership would say over the next few minutes. Let's go to the next video we've just received. That's insane. That's because of all the multiple buildings that the plane went through, which explains, of course, the fire being spread. Now, nobody expected this to happen somewhere like Muhammad Ali Airport, but unfortunately these sort of incidents occur, and there's already a lot of theories around this, which again we can't really get into yet. I'm going to get your reaction live shortly in a few minutes, so just get ready for that anyway. Let me know your thoughts, especially if you're watching from Kentucky or around the area. Now, radar data shows the maximum altitude of 175 foot before the rapid descent, a nosedive into the industrial area. That explains, of course, the fire spreading, and in terms of the explosions in the other buildings, because it's an industrial area. And then the governor has also posted something, and the mayor, which is slightly incorrect, which I'll get to in a second. But engine debris on a runway suggests possible engine failure mid-air. But there is a video, which I'll show you in a few seconds. It kind of shows the moment, or just before that. But for now, let's go to this report.
Waiting for those details from officials.
Getting more information.
We do know that there are injuries that have been confirmed. There is debris in that area, and that you are being asked to stay away from it as well. Again, within a 5-mile radius. Just like my partner who lives nearby here, please go inside, shelter in place. We still don't know. There's a lot of questions on what exactly is this explosion? Why are we having to shelter in place? What's in the air right now? So please take those precautions. But Doug and Connie, this is again what we are seeing out here, and we're still waiting on those updates from officials.
Okay, we have some insane footage, which I can now show you from the unfortunate moment. Let's go.
Bro, get the fuck away from here, like turn around. Bro, no. hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro. Holy shit.
That's it.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, they're dead. They are dead, bro.
Yeah, that's the moment. As we said, several buildings have now been destroyed following the fire spreading in the area. I think there is a footage we can show you from that as well. Let's just quickly go to that.
¡Oh, my God!
Ay, pinga.
¡Corre para atrás, papi! ¿Viste? Te lo estoy diciendo, Dios mío.
Ay, pinga.
Yeah, I think from the last footage it was the left engine. It seems like,
Vamos a ver.
unless the video was mirrored.
¡Ay, Dios mío, señor!
Pinga, hacer, cojones.
¡Mira la cantidad de gente cogiendo candela, papi!
No, pinga.
Yeah. Now, the plane seemed to have already been on fire before it actually even took off completely. So I'm trying to see if we have some more details that have now been released. Obviously, it's still live, ongoing development. So a lot of information that we're getting, even from the local sources and the local press, might actually change because nobody actually knows exactly what happened. I'll go to the mayor in a second and then the governor. But before that, this is actually one of the images that we can show you now. Yes, significant damage seen to a warehouse that's utilized by a UPS supply chain solutions as a result of the crash involving the cargo plane operated by UPS Airlines earlier at the Muhammad Ali International Airport. And there is a view from above after, of course, the crash, which we can quickly go to. Then I'm going to get your reaction. By the way, they still haven't managed to contain the fire. It's still ongoing. It's insane. Okay. The only thing that they've told us so far, by the way, is multiple injuries, but I don't want to be that guy, but I have a feeling there will be an increased number of casualties and those who may have lost their lives. But they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't know who's there. They did say that 25 people at least are trapped in one of the buildings that has been partially destroyed. We do know that, but we don't know exactly who's missing. I fear that number might increase over the next few minutes and hours. Can we go? Yes, I'm just going to show you the statement from the mayor, Craig Greenberg, who's now said, Rachel and I are praying for victims of the UPS plane that crashed during takeoff at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We have every emergency agency responding to the scene. There are multiple injuries and the fire is still burning. There are many road closures in the area. Please avoid the scene. The plane was carrying 280,000 gallons of fuel. Yeah, no, that's pounds, not gallons, because that will be huge. So that's just a mistake. Of course, people are panicking. We'll have a briefing soon with the Governor Bashir. We'll provide more details as they are available. We also did receive this statement from the governor. Initially said that Kentucky, we are aware of a reported plane crash. First responders are on site and we will share more information as available. Please pray for the pilots, crew and everyone affected. And then he also said, about 41 minutes ago, the situation is serious. Please pray for the families affected. I am headed to Louisville now. Okay, so that's what we have received from the governor, and I'm trying to check. I think we're just waiting for our live feed to begin in the area. There we go, we've got it now. So we can now go live, ladies and gentlemen, and see what we are dealing with. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
So that's the live feed, the live cam that we now have, thanks to our team. Okay. While we're on this, I'm going to get more information and then I'm going to get your reaction quickly. Right. Crystal says, thank you for your super chat, but you can still, should be able to climb and fly with one engine, so the fire should not be the only reason when the plane went down. That is a very good point. Yes, it can't just be one engine failing, by the way. So whatever happened fast, but nobody really anybody has any actual information. By the way, that's right. Someone said, PH says that the callousness of you people is disgusting. You just don't give an F about the people who've died, do you? Yeah. What's happening in the live chat? I'm guessing there's a bit of a... What are people saying? Yeah, I don't know. But yes, of course, this is a very serious situation, guys. Music and Fiction says, I've got a friend there. Looks like the plane clipped a UPS warehouse, then fully crashed into a fuel recycling facility near car recycling junker. Yeah, I mean, if this was the scenario, then it obviously explains how rapidly the fire spread and the explosions, of course, expanded. As you can see in the background, the live camera, that is still huge. I think we can see some of the helicopters from the firefighters who are getting there on the top right. Now, let's just double check more info as it comes. I think, yeah, they are just preparing the news conference, which will be held shortly. We don't know exactly what time yet. Crazy. Yeah, this is I have the info from the actual flight and the plane itself, which I can actually put on the screen for you guys in the next 10 seconds. Okay. Here we go. So that's the UPS Airlines flight, cargo plane that was going to Honolulu. Scheduled departure was 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It was supposed to be arriving at 7:05. Insanity. Okay. There's another video that's just coming. This is from the moment somebody else filmed this. I think it's probably one of the staff from the industrial area. Let me just quickly put this on for you guys. Oh. Hang on. Not this one. There you go. Can't really see much. I think it's at the end, in the background, behind the fence. Oh yeah, there we go. It's coming from the left. It's coming from the left, and then it hits. There we go. I'm just gonna quickly scroll back so you can see when we can see it here. There we go. from the left. That's the moment. Was it trying to do an emergency landing, or it was a nosedive? This is not what they reported at first. Again, it's difficult to see, but All right, let's go back to a live cam from the area. Yeah, some of the reports that have already come in contradict the initial, and also the footage that we're now getting is slightly different, of course. This is what happens when something like this quickly happens, because nobody knows exactly. We have a quick video from the warehouse as well. If we can prepare that quickly. Oh, something happened. All right, if we could quickly go to this video. That's the warehouse. Yeah. All right, let's go back to our live feed. So what's going on there? There was a bit of an alarm, sorry. A lot of people are somehow, yeah, that was an emergency alert. A lot of people are confused. They're saying, why is the airport called Mohammed? It's Muhammad Ali, as in the boxer, because he's from there. It's not just a random name in Kentucky saying, let's just name the airport Mohammed. That's not why. It's quite well known, actually. But somebody is saying, what's going on? MacDuff says, Tusi, how do you manage to get all this live footage so quickly too? Well, big thanks to our 2C TV team, of course, and I tend to get things ready quickly for you guys when something like this happens. We have our sources, but it's about obviously a teamwork, but it's about the fact that I have to find a way to multitask, which sometimes becomes slightly difficult during breaking news, but we have to make sure that we get the information to you guys as soon as possible. Apologies for that. That wasn't part of the plan, the sneeze. Now, I think there's also some weird updates coming from New York City about this election. Some issues already have been reported with Mamdani and his campaign team, but we will wait. As I said, we'll come back live on 2C TV with the full live coverage of the New York City mayoral election at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 a.m. UK time, which will be about an hour and 40 minutes. So wait for that. We've already scheduled that, by the way, so after this one you can just go on that, wait for us to get ready. Someone says, how many casualties? They don't know. They're not telling us, but I don't think they even know in terms of the number. All they are saying is multiple injuries. This is not multiple injuries. Unfortunately, I can imagine some people may have already lost their lives. Angela says, I live within the 5-mile radius of the airport. The UPS plane was taking off and there was a fire under the left front engines. So again, if that were the case, we need an expert to actually talk about this, but common knowledge wise, one engine failing, you can still take off. Yeah, someone says that to the person that said a plane can still climb with only one engine. Yes, if it is an engine failure. With a video from the airport staff, the engine and wing was completely alight. No chance of takeoff. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's the thing, I guess. It's about how severe it was. One thing is the engine not working properly. The other thing is if there's a fire. Because if there's a fire already, that means that the source of the fire must be somewhere else, and kind of leading from the left engine or right engine to the rest of the plane. That could bring down the whole thing immediately or within seconds. Yeah, so we still have and someone else also confirmed, the 25 people who are trapped. I thought it might be more. Someone said 3 passengers. However, many trapped in buildings that were affected, 25 plus reported trapped. Yeah, so far we have that, but that is from, I believe, one building. So there have been many others, multiple buildings have been destroyed now. So we don't actually know about the well-being of others. Some may still be missing. We will find out. Okay, let's just double check. Yeah, for those who may have missed the videos that we showed you, I'm just going to quickly do a recap on the footage that we have received. Let's first go. One second. This was the first one. Let's go to that one.
Okay, just hold on. So you need another picture because then there's white stuff. You said it was something that was above the building.
Of course, this was filmed by the staff. And then we had this happening. Yep, there we go. That just shows all the buildings that have now been destroyed in a line. I think this was the most insane one. If you could show this one quickly.
Bro, get the fuck away from here. Like, turn around. Bro, no, hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro.
It's gonna go down.
Holy shit.
The video. There we go.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, they're dead. They are dead, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Insanity. Right. I'm just gonna wait for the other live cam to get ready. Do we have the? Yeah, it's coming up. Anyway, I'm just waiting for the confirmation of the news conference that's going to be arranged. Might be just before when we come back live for the New York City elections, but we don't know yet. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Let me just see, some people are saying. Steven says a severe fire in engine 1 could cause a loss of lift, damage to the wing, and inability to climb out. An uncontained engine explosion could also damage engine 2 and make recovery impossible. Thank you, Steven, for that info. There are different chemicals and things on fire in the buildings. Yeah, I mean, the stuff that it was in the industrial zone is the reason that everything else basically expanded quickly. No one says there. The video clearly showed it got airborne and passed over the airport boundary. The left engine and wing was clearly on fire. What's this? Harry says, please show the new video that someone has just posted. It will answer some of the questions you're asking far better than any news channel or person in the chat. He's an aviation pro. Who is, hang on. Is that it? Am I going on X? Where am I going? Am I going on YouTube or X, or what am I checking? I'm gonna first try X, I guess. That's usually their main platform for stuff. Or is it YouTube? I can't really tell. This might, there we go, I found something. It's on YouTube. Okay, I don't know if I can put this on. Yeah, but I don't know how to link from other social media, so I don't know. I'll try and figure it out and download it maybe and post it on later. But yeah, check out his channel, I guess, on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know how to steal other people's YouTube videos, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Yvonne says, looked committed to taking off. Pilots likely hoping could take off and go around land safety, but nope. Yeah. I think it was 3 crew members, weren't it? Yeah. Anyway, we'll find out more information later on, especially as they give us the news conference, and we will come back. But in about an hour and a half from now, if you're watching live, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 a.m. UK time, I think. Yeah. Unless I'm wrong, I don't know what's going on anymore. We're going to come back with a full live coverage of the New York City mayoral elections. And of course, as this is a special election, which we're hoping that New York doesn't fall, we are giving you guys a limited discount for 2CTV Plus membership, 25% off annual memberships if you use the promo code NYC25. NYC25, you get 25% discount. If you want to support the channel and our new media independent outlet with our team, the best thing you can do is to join as a member on 2CTV Plus, not YouTube, join on the actual website. Download the 2CTV app to get updates about everything, and of course get access to documentaries, chat forum and everything else that we have. So your support will actually help us continue, but also you get something out of it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll come back shortly. I'm Maya 2C. And we are the media.